was, but I don't think.
But
Let's
yeah, we're
see,
about to
and we
start.
are live. Welcome back tonight. Sorry, guys, didn't realize that the 8:30 kind of snuck up on us and came really quickly, and I had everything set up. So, hey guys, welcome. Sorry about that. It's like everybody's like going a mile a minute today, and then kind of got mixed up. It's kind of funny. I was talking to a guy last night that does the live stream, and he said, "Yeah, I didn't even realize." He says, "I totally forgot about my live stream, and on StreamYard, you can set it up that start at the time that you have it on YouTube." And he's like, "And I totally forgot I was playing Xbox," and I was like, "Man, there's something I was supposed to be doing." And everybody could hear what him and his wife had been talking about for
Oh no.
hours, and yeah, I was like, it was going. I was like, oh, I hope that don't happen to me. And I was, lo and behold, I wasn't paying attention to the time. But hey, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's had a great weekend. It's a new Monday night for us all, but welcome.
Mm.
How you doing there, brother? You having a good time?
Uh, our weekend has not been all that great.
Uh, that I know that's what we were talking before the show.
well,
Um,
well, on top of everything else that's gone on, we head out to check on my sister's car. Her car broke down earlier that week, so we
oh,
went and to check on it. Next thing you know, of course, something doesn't sound right. But then again, our car is always making noise. It turns out we have a flat tire in the back, so we had to call
oh my,
one of my friends that had a jack and jack the car up, put the spare on. Now we got to wait before we can get down to the auto shop.
oh my word!
Any
You
force of
know,
any force of hell that has tried to come against us has definitely.
you kn- it is that month. You know what I mean? It's like
Hold on a
so many
second.
things.
Do what,
Yes.
baby?
What is it, buddy?
The devil doesn't like it when good things happen. That's right.
That's
Yes,
the
very
gospel there.
true.
God can't let
Mhm.
you have that. So Granger saw a toy was out, and he's like,
Uh oh.
"Ooh, is
And he
that
loves
for me?
toys.
Is that mine? Do I get to play
No,
with
that
this?"
was not yours.
No, baby boy, you could. Well, I have to double make sure since you've already seen it. Make sure I put it where I see it, so that your little beautiful paws don't take it and put it in your mouth and run with it because it is a model kit, so you had to put it together, which we'll talk about tonight. But
He used to take our cell phones.
he
Oh
would,
no.
he
He
would
would
take
run
our
with
cell
them.
phone. He used to love taking our cell phones. I had surgery to keep everybody updated. Some people had asked. I had to have surgery. I'm doing better. I had a procedure last Thursday. It was scheduled for November, uh, but they had a cancellation, and the doctor was like, "If you feel comfortable enough doing this, I feel comfortable. Let's go ahead and moving you up." And so I had to have surgery. It was on my right leg. A lot of people, if you don't know, I am disabled. I have a disc, a herniated disc out of my back, and I have part partial knee replacement and also cadaver knee in my right leg, and I have nerve damage throughout my legs and my right arm, and so the nerves in my leg was causing everything else to spaz up, and so they had to go in and physically um pinch off the nerves that were causing the most problems and the pain for me. So I've been laid up for the past 4 days, so Nikki's had to put up with me, and then the pain sometimes would flare up, which we knew that's what was going to happen. And I've had to ask the Lord Jesus Christ many, many times to forgive me for the words that I've spoken because I've been in, it's what happens. But yes, but other than that, everything's doing good. Tonight, probably later on, Will be joining us. He had actually had to go to his job. Had just got in, was tired, so I told Nikki, I said, tell him he can jump on anytime tonight, so he will be probably popping in. But tonight, Nikki actually picked the topic for us tonight, and I'm pretty excited about this. And then she surprised me and bought me, and it's going to be in later this week. She bought me a Gundam model kit, which we'll talk about in a minute, and then she bought me a Gundam hardcover graphic novel and manga hardcover from the original Gundam series. So we've been talking. I'll make my screen bigger so y'all can see. But we have been talking about doing our reviews with $10 and under. And so Nikki got in this Gundam here from Amazon, which we'll be taking a look at Amazon tonight, a part of this, talking about Gundam. And I put together the model kit. Absolutely loved it. It was like two things for me. It's a robot, which I love Gundam, and it's a model kit. So it's kind of like putting together my Warhammer. So it was very nice. And he has a lightsaber. So a robot with a shield with a lightsaber. I mean, come on.
Heck
Come
yeah,
on.
man.
And then he comes with a gun. So $10 and under if you're looking for something to get for a stocking stuffer for your friends or family that just want to have something that you can put in their stuffer for Christmas. This guy right here, I'll be doing a review and showing that off. So other than that, Mickey was like, Will likes Gundam. You like Gundam. Harold loves robots. So yeah. Now, Harold, have you ever got into Gundam at all?
I have not. I always heard people talk about it, but I've never, sat down and watched it. Sadly, my wife found out that I have never actually sat down and watched The Matrix either.
Lord
Oh
have mercy.
no,
Hey,
really?
Mikey.
I've
Yeah.
wanted to, but stuff has never worked out to where I can sit down and watch that movie, and I've wanted to see that for the last longest, but
Now,
I
I
guess.
will ask because you are legally blind, and I know you do have a little bit of a sight. So how would you? Because I know people are going to ask, is like how would you be able to? Would you have to have something that would be up close? I know you have that machine that you
Mhm,
use to magnify. I'm curious. So
mhm.
how would that work? Because
Well, I do sit up close to the TV. Of course, we have like a I forgot what size our TV is nowadays, but it was one of my birthday presents from a few years back.
okay,
But I do sit up close. Although if I sit a few seats back in the theaters, when me and my wife want to say what the heck, we'll go to actually see a movie at the theater when we can. We sometimes we'll sit on the middle row because she has to have things a little further back, whereas I have to see stuff up close, and I use like these glasses that are like binoculars,
okay,
uh, and pretty much they bring things closer.
okay. That's pretty
That's
cool.
really
Okay.
cool.
I'm
Hmm.
actually glad I asked because I was curious because I'm like, I know we have done Fortnite and you amazed me.
Hold on a
On,
second.
sure,
What
sure
about
thing.
A cigarette, put it in my case, picked up an empty tube, went to the door, lit
So
it, and that thing flew up in flames and scared the snot out of me. There wasn't even no tobacco.
People can hear you on the live, probably.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I inquiring minds want to know. I heard something with flames and burning, and I'm
Uh,
like, yeah, here we go.
Something with her
So,
cigarettes on.
that's hilarious. That's awesome. There, hey, you know, um, I don't know anything. Nikki has to keep me away from fire because yeah, I'm definitely a little pyro sometimes.
You too?
Yeah.
God knows.
So,
uh,
I mean, for crying out loud, when I was a kid, I used to
he
take
said
firecrackers.
Nikki has to keep him away from fire because he's a little bit of a pyro. So I said, you too?
I just burnt my nose hairs out with the empty cigarette
Oh
roll.
no!
Oh God.
Oh my
Oh
word!
I'm
no!
sorry,
Oh
baby.
no!
No, that's hilarious, and
Oh
I am so
God.
happy we. This is how you
Never
know
a
it's
dull
live.
moment.
Yeah, never. This is how you know it's live. In the moment, you
Yes.
never know what you're gonna get. But no, that is
No,
so cool.
never.
That is so funny. Oh
Oh,
man,
I
well,
swear.
so yeah, when younger, my brothers and I would take firecrackers and gasoline
Oh God.
and put it with our GI Joes, and that would be the explosions that would happen, and there many GI Joes come back burnt and
Oh
blown
man.
pieces apart, or never be found again. Never be found again.
This sounds
So
like some
yeah,
stories that my cousins have told me about their GI Joes. It's like Jesus.
exactly. Hey, Lord Master Sergeant, we're doing good. Glad to have you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Um, and reach out to me through the channel or through the thing, and we'll set up for you to be a guest on one of the shows. So, but yeah, tonight, um, one thing we talked to Harold, and I'm hoping we're going to work it out. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to have Harold as a guest. Is we're hoping that he'll be able to share off some stuff, and so that will probably be a future thing. And then I'm going to actually let Nikki and Harold be, because we're going to start having guests, and I want them to be familiar on how to question and do the show, just in case, like, I had the surgery on Thursday. If I wasn't well enough to do it, maybe one of them could take over and have done it tonight. And if we have a guest, to be able to ask questions. And so we're gonna have a live stream where they get to talk to me and talk to me about anything in my hobbies and stuff. So I'm gonna be a guest on our own show, but that's to help out Harold and Nikki to get more custom, familiar, and that goes for Will too. To be able to be a part of how to question, what to question, how to do, and stuff like that. Since we are having some guests lined up, so yeah, so we're pretty excited about the direction that the streams are going. And if I get things worked out financially, we'll be able to have this. We'll be on everybody's platform. That's my goal for 2026. That's the goal for next year, so that when you're actually here, you'll be able to see this on Harold's channel, and you'll be able to see this on Nikki's channel. And if Will has a channel, it'll be there where it'll be shared across platforms and maybe on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm working on Spotify at the moment right now for a community for all of us to have our own Spotify account where we'll have our podcast there um, every week also. So I am working on that. So we have a lot that's going on tonight. We have a lot to talk about. So we're going to talk about Gundam, and since Harold, you've always heard about it, and even Nikki has heard about it because she's married to a guy that loves robots, and you're a guy that loves robots.
Oh yes, I do.
You will be very excited to see some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight, which deals with Gundam. I don't know if any of you got to see some of the things, and see if I can pull one up, but it's something, and I can't let the audio play because YouTube is a stickler on certain things being allowed to be heard or whatever. But I am pretty excited about something that I put together today. For before the show, I actually did a thing on YouTube. I did a posting where it was a picture and the show and all of us, and then there was something else. Let me go. How to your channel? All right, here we go. I gotta make sure my audio is down. There we are. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pause that. I'm gonna go back to StreamYard. I'm gonna hit this little button right here. I'm gonna hit this button here, and we'll keep on going, people. Let's just keep on rolling. Here we go. And so this is something that I put together for us to have like a little trailer on YouTube so that people would know that every Monday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, you will be able to see our channel. So I did a little video image for Gundam, and I even was able to make it dance. So there it is. There it is. The benefit of the show today is dancing. And there's a song that I couldn't let play, but if you have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters, you really need to. My wife made me sit down and watch it, and I have to watch it again. It was that good. And so I like the song Golden that's from there. So that would be the song that was playing. And this is right here for our live stream tonight to let people know, hey, not only do we have Gundam tonight, but we have a dancing Gundam that I was able to put together. So I have a cat that's not too happy, so I'm gonna let Nikki check that out real
Yeah, I'm
quick.
gonna go check.
So there you have it. So yeah, so there was a little Gundam right there. I want to also put out there, thank you all for the 800. We had just reached 858 subscribers. Thank you
Awesome.
so much. Thank you so much. That to me, I do this just because I like to do it and I like to have fun. And so that was what I talked to Nikki, and I'm going to talk to you after the show, Harold, about y'all interview with me, and I talk about some of the things that so y'all get familiar with how to do interviews with guys. So that is enough of that. But I want to
Mhm.
say thank you so much for all the 858 subscribers. It means the world to me. And I'm hoping that that's going to start reaching out for Harold and for Nikki's channel. I know that you're now over 100 and something subscribers now,
Whoop whoop.
so I'm
Yes, sir.
very yes, I am very happy to see that. And Nikki just reached 400 subscribers on her channel for doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. No, I'm joking. Nikki does a lot. She's not been able to do as much as she did for her channel, but she has over 400. So apparently we had a kitty that was not a happy kitty. So Nikki's taking care of him at the moment, or her at the moment. But tonight we're going to talk about Gundam, and the first thing I want to show off tonight, make sure I got it pulled up, is Gundam's got a trailer that of a new Gundam series, I think, if I saw correctly. So let's go where to is that it? Yes, that's it. And share that. And see, when I share things, I have to go back to the website, then I have to go back to StreamYard, then I have to come back. And they have this whole little thing that you can do, but it's something you have to pay for, and that's something I'm gonna work into our budget next year. Is everything okay? Oh, all right. Well, if you want to put her and you on the screen, we're going to look at this Gundam trailer that I found. So make sure I got everything. It's only 58 seconds long. There she is. Hey, Nezame.
Oh, she's not happy.
Hey, baby. Hey,
It's
baby.
okay. It's
Hey,
okay.
girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
She sees her instigator over here beside me.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that Chomper or Leo?
Leo.
Leo's being upset because he wanted to go outside before the show started, and we're like, and see, Harold has dogs, so he knows that
Mhm.
if you have an animal outside, you got to kind of pay attention, make sure you live in the country, you got to make sure there's not critters and other things out there. And Leo wanted to go out at the most opportune time, and we're like, no, and so he's now been. I'm going to take it out on everyone. So
Yeah.
yeah. But here we go. I don't know. Um, I got the volume. I'm going to just exit it out. I'm going to make it lighter. But this is the new trailer. Y'all let me know if you can see it. And let's let it
人
roll.
は何を持っていけるか。
政府の特権階級によって人類が支配された地球。
100の単位で死体がゴロゴロしている。
Bunch of dead
それ
bodies
に
lying
抗う者
everywhere.
と対峙する者をつなぐ一人の少女。
危険な少女と接触してしまった。
うまくいくかな。
私は預言者ではなく
Well,
て、
not a prophet,
でも
but
水の下に行っちゃうんじゃない
perhaps
かな。
it'll go into the water.
What now?
I'm just reading the typing. A man wanted to be humanity's hope, but now his righteousness is shaken. This is all crazy. Never forget that the victor is the one who'll be in the right. Somebody has to do it. Then you can better become a god. Hathaway.
And so that is coming across the US. And when I saw that, I was like, that looks interesting. And then you have Netflix has a Gundam series, and that we actually, I don't know why we'll let it make the screen bigger, but we actually watched this, and it was interesting because it's not based off of the Gundam flight suit like this one. It's actually seen it from the perspective of the other Gundams. This what I used to call the Cyclops Gundams. They have a name. I can't remember it right now. My brain doesn't have that at the moment. But I was very surprised that you had a new series from Netflix, and this one was released on March 23rd of this past year. And they've already said that yes, they're going to have more episodes coming. They're just being translated right now. So, and it's all computer art, essentially, is like what I call it. It's not like
CGI.
regular. Yeah, CGI. Thank you.
Mhm.
But you see it as if the actual Gundam is the bad guy, and these are you're seeing it from their perspective, and this is pretty good little show. I like the fact that they took it this way, and for me that loves Warhammer, this definitely had a very much of a Warhammer feel to it. You know, the technology is not the greatest, it's not the best technology, but the humanity has what they can, and they're going up essentially to a more superior one. So that right there I thought was really cool. Requiem of Vengeance is what it's called, and that was on Netflix. So right now, being a Gundam fan, just like being a Warhammer fan, a lot of cool things. And we're going to look at the history of Warhammer, but what y'all think so far, what you saw there?
Looks pretty awesome.
Cool. Was there anything that when you saw it, that made you, and Nikki, nobody can hear your head rattle. I know you got them little loose nuts and bolts up there, but hey, so you were shaking your head, and if we're going to go with a podcast, you'll have to use the words, girl. Words.
I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I like most shows that talk about the aspects of Gundam. There's a lot of shows that have like big robots and stuff anyway. Most of them, I like them all. So I don't remember the one. You said we watched one a while back, but I don't particularly remember that one right now. We watch a lot of programs, so.
We do. I mean, when you're having to be a homebody, you
Mhm.
end up watching a whole bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, essentially, it's more of a society of humanity that's like on the cusp of being overtaken. It's kind of like um, they don't have the best technology. It's like a bunch of ragtag people just putting together whatever little Gundam gears that they can find to be able to um, build them a Gundam suit or a suit. But yet the people, which are the more of the wealthy ones, who are able to have this guy here and better technology is just wiping them out. And so it's an interesting take to see it from that standpoint, where you always saw Gundam himself that the suit was a better was always a good guy, and you're kind of seeing it from another perspective that the good guys are only through you're only seeing it through one perspective. There's two sides to the story and everything, and so I kind of like that Netflix went that route with it. But Gundam, which has been around, dealing with going on, I think it's 40 years of Gundam. So let me pull that up. I got so many things got moved around on my desktop when Revan jumped up here. I gotta make sure I don't have. I make sure nobody sees anything that I'm not supposed to see. I don't want somebody to come knock on my door and be like, "What is that you got on your desktop, boy?" But no, I'm joking. So here is the article of Gundam. Share screen. And then when it says share screen, then I have to go back to that screen and I have to say okay. And then it takes me to the screen. And gotta add it for us to see. So I went ahead and pulled up for anyone that's not familiar with Gundam. I thought this would be a great way of introducing Gundam. And Gundam has been around, the mobile suit and Gundam original work came out in 1979 and 1980. The Gundam series has been around from 1979 and has been a continuation of a type of Gundam um, printing, the manga, to these shows, cartoons, and movies has been going on to present. So Gundam, I didn't know this myself. Gundam has never had really a low, like a time in which, like, Transformers for a while didn't have stuff coming out every year for Transformers. So there's kind of like a little bit of an era where Transformers wasn't out every time, and then but Gundam has. So if you're able to see this, I'm gonna let Nikki read this out to us.
Says Gundam is a Japanese military science fiction media franchise created by Yoshiyuki Tamino for Sunrise, now a division of Bandai Namco Filmworks. The franchise features giant robots, or mecha, known as Gundam. The franchise began with the premiere of the anime series Mobile Suit Gundam on April 7th, 1979, which defined the real robot mecha anime genre by depicting giant robots, including the original titular mecha within a militaristic setting.
Now, I used to get in trouble by the name
Hmm.
because I would say it and my mom would think I was saying something else. And I'd be threatened to have my mouth washed out with a bar of soap. So, Gundam. So it's a interesting I don't know why they chose the name for Gundam that way, but as a kid, you're like, "Ooh, I can get away with saying the word damn." So there you go, baby. I got the next part for you.
The popularity of the series and its merchandise spawned a multimedia franchise that includes over 50 TV series, films, and original video animations, as well as manga, novels, and video games, along with a multi-million industry of plastic model kits known as Gunpla, which accounts for 90% of the Japanese character plastic model market. Wow.
How much?
Academics and 90% of the Japanese character plastic model market.
Really? So that's over
Wow.
Transformers and wow. Okay. All right.
Academics in Japan have also taken interest in the series. In 2008, the Virtual Gundam Academy was planned as the first academic institution based on the animated TV series. As of 2022, the Gundam franchise is fully owned by Bandai Namco Holdings, through its production subsidiary, Bandai Namco Filmworks. The Gundam franchise has grossed over $5 billion in retail sales by 2000. In the first quarter of fiscal year 2026, April-June of 2025, the Gundam franchise generated approximately 65.4 billion yen, approximately 443 million US, in IP-related revenue, making it Bandai Namco's highest earning intellectual property during that period, driven by successes across streaming model kits, theatrical releases, and experimental tourism initiatives. Also, they built a real-life Gundam in Japan. Did y'all know
Mhm.
Yeah,
about that?
I did
I'm
know
gonna
about
shut.
that. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
shut
they're
that
in
off for a
the
second.
parts of breaking it down now, but there were still some up according to the videos I watched.
There's actually several apparently, and so I'll have that. I'll pull that up. Have you read? You read those?
Hmm.
Were you caught up? Did you read that whole thing, baby
Yeah, I
girl?
read that whole thing.
Hey, buddy, I know. Daddy's trying to pull things up, and y'all are like, "Hey, I'm gonna be." Oh, yeah, my man. Yeah. All
I
right.
know that this isn't Gundam related, but you know, in Japan, they actually have a hotel that is run by robots.
Yes,
I've
I
heard
did.
about that. And I've heard about restaurants too that they do
Oh yes.
exclusively. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, they love them some robots. And matter of fact, something I thought was interesting. I'll show this one off first. But yeah, they love their websites, and Gundam is so big. I did not know this. Um, let me see that this right here. I know, my man. I know. Oh, Cringe is like, hey, is that in our neck of the woods, Sweet Pea, right here in New Salem, they have a Gundam website store where you can go and get Gundam models. So literally in the back of the neighborhood. So
What?
if you can. Yes, you can't eat this toy. You can't. I told you. Man, he is
He's going
gun
after
ho
that
for this.
Gundam again, isn't he?
He is. He is. I'm gonna have to keep
Oh
him
my
in my
god.
hand. No, sir, you can't have him. So yeah, so I saw this. I was like, okay, I gotta share this with Nikki. Not only that, but we're gonna go even further. Let me pull this one up, which I'm like, it's like, wow, man, Gundam, you cannot have my Gundam. Granger's like, dude, you got a toy. What you're people don't. That's the microphone. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? I let you into the office, and you're like, I'm going to go through everything. People's already seen you being a part of the reviews that we've done. Yeah, yeah. What is it? Sorry. Um, but let's go here. Cringer is like, hey, I want to be a part of this. I'm gonna be a part of this. There you go. Yeah, love on the end of daddy's cow. Yeah, yep, yep. You're right ahead. Ah, my goodness, Ranger, it made me hit the wrong buttons. And now he's taking me out of the video. All right, Ranger, you got to go down,
Do I
son.
need to
Oh
come
my,
get him?
no.
Okay.
I'll let me out. Granger's like, I'm gonna help out. Oh, what is that? What buttons are you pushing there, Daddy? Can I can I push that button? No, son, you're gonna push my buttons though. So there is that, and there is that. I am back. So here you go. So Gundam, talk about how big Gundam is. When Nikki had said that it's up to 90% of their sales, I was like, really? I didn't know that. And so I went and pulled this up. This is Gundam from Gundam Play Store. And this is like one of the places that you can actually go and order and get different Gundams. It will even tell you like the Ultimate Gundam Experience, the Perfect Grade, which is their Gundam kits of a 1/16 inch scale. You have Master Grade Gundams. That's where they will actually light up and make sounds. I was like, "What?" And I'll pull up and let you see the prices, but they have like little miniature Gundams, like
I
this
see
one
the
right here.
tiny one.
Yeah, so I'll pull that one up. So this is what's known as, I think, this is their SD kit, and you can have Hello Kitty as a Gundam,
That's adorable.
and so you have all these little Gundams right here with the big head Gundams. What kind of when it's anime and they do that? What's it called again, Nikki?
Chibi
What?
or
Chibi.
kawaii. Kawaii actually
Oh,
means
kawaii.
well, both of them kind of. Kawaii means tiny and cute, but chibi is the thing of taking it and like usually making their features. They're squat and their features are like still about the same size. It's just a type of way to make them cuter.
I was
Like that
looking
was
here.
chibi.
Yeah, I was looking here and I was like, these things are only $10. I was like, that's
That's
amazing.
crazy.
You know, when we're in a time where things aren't cheap anymore, but look at these things. And I love putting together and this thing will come with a stand. So you're looking at a $10 figure and a stand. So no wonder they make up. And then look, it even has weapon storage.
So cute.
Um and this place right here will you as a customer can grade what you got if you like it. Like this guy right
Hmm,
here is like $8.99. It's limited cycles as a limited edition. They have like
he's
limited
adorable.
edition. These things are absolutely, I think I know what I'm gonna put my money next month to instead of always doing Transformers stuff like that. But I think I'm gonna do this. I've been wanting to kind of branch out with new things. That's why I did Warhammer and um, I might do this and get a model kit for Harold, for myself, for you, Nikki, and one for Will, and us put together and come back to the Gundam experience like I did with the Valorverse. I mean, these things are amazing. And then I
Look
mean,
at
you
the
look at
one in
this
the
guy.
middle. Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. He's fabulous.
Yeah, and that's the $19 one, and that's when they're a bigger model, but like you got robot samurais. I mean, come on.
That's
Mhm.
so cool.
Look,
I like
I
it.
mean this is crazy, man. I didn't know this. And then you can have it where it transforms into a vehicle. I mean, come on. Look at that. Like a dragon.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know what we're gonna be investing in when paycheck time comes. And that's for 8 years or older for these things. So yeah, I mean, I look at it from this standpoint here. Come on, Hasbro and Tommy Carr. Quit being so greedy. You could do this with Transformers. I know in some ways they do that with the blockies. Um, but yeah, you and this was something I think this is what you were talking about is like a Gundam experience. So let me pull this one up. But I mean, for something that's been around for since the 1979, so you're looking at what, 41 years? You
Mm,
have this right here at Diver
46.
City 46. So you're looking at Diver City Tokyo Plaza. And just to give you the idea, okay, I'm pulling this up and I went a little bit too far down. But here's Tokyo Plaza, all right?
Mhm.
Tokyo City Plaza. And I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
scroll down. Take a look at that. You see those feet?
Massive.
Do you see the people next to this seat?
Yes.
Yeah, he
This
looks
is
like he
known
could
as
take on Gojira.
yes. They said that this is a N scale Gundam suit, mobile suit, N scale, and that the people next to it, yeah, I mean, it says I can't read that language. I didn't have it able to be translated in English quickly, but I was like, wow. And this is not the only one. There are other Gundam mobile suits throughout in different places, but this is just the one. Could
I
you
mean, when they make them
imagine?
like this, can you climb? Do they make it where you can climb up in them?
I don't know. I couldn't find one in English to be able to read, but this is like their mall. Could you imagine going to your local mall
Oh,
and having a big old Gundam mobile suit sitting out there? Could you imagine that?
no.
That would
The
be
only thing
wild.
similar is that in Concord, there's a Concord Mills Mall, and they had a Lego store, and they did a really huge Lego um, R2D2.
Yes, I remember that. But that
And we got to participate. It was fun.
we sure did. It was a lot of fun. We got to participate in it and videotape it. I think it's still on Nikki's channel. Where
We
we
took
got
all the
to
stuff down on my channel.
did we? All right. That's it's probably on a old backup disc. But yeah. So it says Alliance Mass Super. Awesome. Thank you. The stickers at that kit are pretty bad. Okay, so the stickers are not that, I guess, not that good. But so I'll put that. That's our comment. Thank you for being a part of the show. If y'all have any comments or questions, feel free to ask us while we're doing this, cause Nikki and Harold are not that familiar with Gundam. I'm fairly I know it from when I was a kid and would go to our local um movie store and I would rent out the VHS. Yes, I'm telling my age. And you had to actually go to a movie rental place, like a Blockbuster, something like that, to be able to watch it or see it. But yeah, um, but that is to me amazing. So let's see here. Okay, here's some information. I'll pull this up, Nikki,
Hmm.
and so here's some information about that. I found while we were looking at it. So here you go. If you want to read that out. And bam.
In Japan, there are several life-size Gundam statues. Unicorn Gundam, located in Adalba, Tokyo. I'm probably butchering these names, but the 64-foot statue is based on the RXO Unicorn Gundam from the Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn series. Moving Gundam, the Gundam factory in Yokohama, features a moving life-size Gundam, which will be closing soon, but two other life-size Gundam statues remain operational in Tokyo and Fukus, Fukusuka? Fukusuka? Maybe?
Okay.
Upcoming display, a new life-size Gundam statue will be displayed at the Gundam Next Future Pavilion in Osaka from April
Yeah,
13th to
Osaka.
October 13th, 2025. Gundam in Yokohama, the moving Gundam in Yokohama weighs 25 tons and stands almost 60 feet tall. These statues attract anime fans and curious travelers from all over the world, making them a
I bet it,
significant part of Japan's pop culture landscape.
that's pretty
Wow,
cool.
bunches of them. I didn't know there were more than like one or two of them.
It's crazy because when I was looking for us to do the thing tonight, I was like, okay, um, is there going to be something that I'll be able to show off tonight? So I think this is yeah. Let me hit this X real quick. Put that there. But this one here is like I didn't have to hunt much to figure out. So I got the sound off.
That's the video
So
I saw.
Yes, this is a video that you were telling me about. Watch what this thing does. So he's talking about the Gundam suit and it being built and being made. And I am amazed by this. I mean, come on now, United States. We need to get behind something that would look at that thing. It moves, and that's this guy right here. He is moving
Wow.
and
Gundam Dog.
walking.
But you know, they have a lot of cool stuff over. You know, they have sidewalks that, like, you step on the sidewalks, and as people are walking down the sidewalks, it's generating power to the city in some areas.
Oh wow.
That's
That's in
cool.
Japan.
Yeah, that's in Japan. I I forgot what exactly they call it, but it's like, you know, we over here should have that know-how to do something like that. You
I
would
think it
think.
has to. You would think because I think it has to have something to do with the culture of. Yes, they work a lot, and I think they work too much. But I think it's the culture, the fact that anime is so prevalent in their
Hmm.
society that it's like you want to have this stuff being created. And this isn't
Hmm.
what is an artistic mindset. Yeah, your house
And
may be junky as an artist, case in point ours, but when you have that ability to have this creativity, this is what you get.
hmm
That's amazing. Did
you know,
you wanted to add some?
it's sad though. You know, they see a robot, and it's like they explore a lot more in robotics than what we do over here, because it's like here we see a robot, and our first thought for a lot of people is, "Oh God, Terminator!" You know, sadly.
Yes, yes, Terminator. And you know, I look at this and I'm like, this is absolutely crazy. It, and to have it to be a part of your society so prevalently that you have the funds and the backing. You're talking about like what you said, 90% of the model kits or robot kits and stuff is Gundam.
Hmm.
And
Japanese based plastic model kits. I don't think I think things that are made in Japan, 90% of them are Gundam.
but I agree with
Doesn't
you,
say
yeah,
who gets
Harold.
them, but
I mean, I look at robots and I love them.
Hmm.
I think that, you know, you gotta have, and when you're creating something, you've got to be able to have. I think the biggest fear when it comes to AI is the fact of who's creating it.
Right.
But at the same time, if we had this, you know, you kind of like, wow, this is a cartoon,
Hmm.
okay, a comic book, graphic novel, anime, manga. Now it's come to life, and it just is amazing.
Or
And
like when you watch something like Ghost in the Shell, and just think of the possibility, see a lot of the stuff that's even going around, even in our society, that's like,
yeah,
God, used to, that was like something you'd see on like a Ghost in the Shell or one of those anime, or some type of future type movie, you know?
hmm I agree.
But, you know,
Um, go ahead.
but it's like, you know, instead of thinking of robots like the Tachikoma over here, we think of a lot of people, myself, I love robots, but a lot of people think, oh God, Terminator, you know?
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, and I love robots, but then again, I would never want to meet a Starscream or
Yeah.
Megatron. But I would love to
Megatron.
see it. I love to see Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, you know,
Hmm.
Perceptor. That would be to see something that big and be like, oh my gosh, I would go there. I mean, there was something like this in and that's the thing here too, is the fact that I see in UK where they have the Warhammer experience, the Warhammer store, and you can go and hold a bolter or stand next to an actual Space Marine, or you can actually go and get inside of a Warhammer tank, and they have all those in the UK, and cause Warhammer's so big in the UK and in Europe in general, you're like the society kind of like gravitates to it and loves it. And I look at it and I'm going, man, I would love for someone to do that here in the United States. That would be sick. I mean, it would be absolutely positively the greatest thing ever. But one thing I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to also say, okay, if you're looking to get into, let's say, Warhammer yourself, what would be the pricing? What would be the price point, you know? And so when I was looking it up, and I'm gonna pull it up in just a second, because apparently when Cringer was here, I lost all my stuff on my screen. So on Amazon, Gundam was not hard to find. It was, and the pricing for the overall the model kits was crazy. And I'm going to pull this up so you can see this as for your own purposes for retailing, and going, okay, y'all talked about it, but is there any way it's available for me to get? And so one thing I wanted to pull up is that, like, looking at Amazon and the topic of Warhammer, showing you the ability. So the first thing you get, and let's say you want to where you just jump into it a little bit. So you do 25 and under Warhammer. And I'm sorry, Gundam. And when you do, you're like, okay, is there anything that would be there? Automatically, the one that Nikki got me, which was the 1 and 144 scale Gundam Bandai, it's $13 now, right here. But as you can see, there is many Gundam different ones for under $20. And I was like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, they even have one of the little ones that we talked about right here.
Mm-hmm. The chibi.
Yeah, for $11. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that you have that. And you got all these different things, different kits, but then you're like, okay, well, there's the action figure, but how could I get to understand the story? And so one of the things that Nikki ordered me was this guy right here. It is Mobile Suit Gundam, the original, Volume 1, hardcover, and it's still available. And if you don't mind getting yours used or whatever, you can find one for, I think it was like used or under. These are usually around 20-25 bucks. Yeah, there it is. The price is right there, 25. So, and you're looking at, let's see, how many pages was in this one? 456 pages. Wow, that's going to be a
It's a
nice
lot of
little read.
pages.
Yeah, but you're getting to see the artwork, as you see here, something that you could just get the first book and read it for yourself, get familiar with it if that's what you want to do. So yeah, I mean, the one thing that I noticed was, yeah, I can understand now when you said this up to 90%, because I'm like, I mean, look at this thing right here. This thing looks sick. I was like, I think I want to get this thing next month. Because I was like, look
It
at the
looks nice.
detail.
I like the curves.
I do. I love it too. And I, another thing too is I bet you I could paint these. Oh, look, it even transforms into a airplane. little
Wow.
stand, lightsabers, guns, cool backpack for the jets. So let's see. Comes in a box like this from Bandai. Uh, your little jet that you have right there, you can transform it into different models. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, but I can't find Hasbro Transformers that has this much paint and stuff. So again, you're looking at that price point, and it's not going to break the bank. That's one thing I was looking at. I was like, wow, that's not going to be too expensive overall. That's pretty cool. Then you got this little guy right here. Another one that is a
Oh, he's
3.5.
cute.
I figured you like that. He's like a little fat
He's a
boy, and he
tiny
cut.
guy.
Yeah, cut. As you can see here, you pop it open, pull out the weapon.
That's loud. Is he talking music?
Oh, now I didn't hear you, Nikki.
I hear it really loud. It's really loud. Is there music playing on this thing?
Yeah,
It's really loud for me. Is there a pause to the music?
I don't even hear a sound at all.
Okay, yeah. It was
Sorry,
loud.
I don't have when I do these, I don't have sound on my end. I don't
Oh,
know why.
okay. Because it was a whoa.
So there you have where it's showing you how they come, and it's like a little mold change kit. And I was
Bandai.
like,
Bandai.
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 but yeah,
I think
overall,
it tickled Harold.
oh no, it's a Gundam.
It's like
Gundam. So yeah, I
oh,
think so. As I was looking at the stuff, I was very surprised. I was like, the pricing, the model kits, you're looking at things that's not going to break the bank. And the one of the reasons why I wanted to do our stream tonight on this, since Nikki brought it up, and we'll definitely be coming back to it because I wish that we could have had Will with us tonight. Because I know that he really loves this, and I would love to pick his brain because I bet you he knows a lot of the information about the stuff overall. But looking at this, it's like, wow, is this something that in our I know for me, one thing I've noticed is that I kind of became like stagnant for a little bit on what I was collecting, and then I was like, um, I was not happy with a lot of stuff that was coming out what we were getting, and I decided that I wanted to do something new, and I wanted to get into the lore, and that's why I got into the Warhammer, and I fell in love with it. And with that, I started finding novels. And to be honest, I'm typically more of a comic book manga reader than I am a actual novel reader. But Nikki was like, "Yeah, do you realize that you've been buying the actual novels and reading the novels of Warhammer?" And I'm like, "I can't get enough of it." So I was like, so I said to Nikki, I was like, "Well, maybe we should do a couple of videos talking about different hobbies, well, different things to collect, and talk about them on stuff that we don't know anything about, and maybe test it out." And I gotta be honest, I'm kind of glad that Nikki talked about this one because I was like, I love Gundam. I love watching Gundam. I watch a lot of Gundam when I was a kid, my brother and I, when I ended up being homeless, my brother ended up getting all my original Gundam stuff that I had. And so when Nikki got me this thing here, I didn't feel overwhelmed at playing or putting this guy together because the model kit was very easy. It was like it was actually easier to put this together than it was to put together the Warhammer stuff. And then it made me start thinking when I put it together, I was like, you know what? The price for this thing and the articulation and everything. And I'm like, I'm not understanding why toy companies that are out there that are not doing stuff like this and saying, okay, I saw that um Blockies is coming out with the Marvel, and they're going to have Marvel Blockies where it's going to be Wolverine, Deadpool. What else was it? Sleepyhead.
Mm,
What was the other one?
Marvel. I don't remember right now. You said most of the ones I was thinking of.
The Blockies or Blokies,
Yeah, I
however you
know.
want to.
Star Wars. Did you say Star Wars?
That was it. The Star
Okay.
Wars, and that you were like, I want you to pre-order that because there was a whole droids and Mandalorian and Grogu
Like
that's going to be
Grogu. Yeah.
yeah, that they're going to do. And it comes with like they're blind bags, but then you get the whole crate, and you'll get all 9 figures for around $60. And I was like, wow, that's under $10 a figure.
And you
Where
kind of get to put them together, which is kind of fun.
yeah, you get to put it
And
together, and that
those things are not overly complicated either. They're not like, teeny tiny things. They're relatively big enough sizes. Now, are those glued or those snapped into place?
they're just like the Transformer ones right back here that snap into place. And it's like Billy was telling me is that, hey, you can put these things together, and if you're, like his little guy, will actually do like what you used to do with He-Man. You can take the arms off and switch them in and out. And I was like, really? Because I was thinking about see if I could find an Optimus Prime and a Megatron and do that Skybound Optimus Prime where Optimus has got where Megatron got his arm ripped off, and Optimus Prime actually has Megatron's right arm with the fusion cannon on there, and I was like, that's just would be sick to have. And I'm like, I look at that and I'm going, okay, um, why is it that in this day and age, I think that putting together figures, I think that's actually become more of an enjoyment. I can't get my words out, but it's become this for me. I have issues with nerve damage in both my hands and my feet, and so for me and motor skills and keeping it where I could still do those things, I'm like, I don't want to break the bank. And now I do understand that Gundam does have some very expensive figures, and I do want to pull one of those up. But what do y'all think? And I kind of like to get both of y'all. What would it be that would make it where you would want to pick up and start a new hobby?
Mm.
I would feel like I need the space. Like if I'm spending money on certain other hobbies, I would want to know I had kind of money left over where I was like, oh, okay, well, how much is the price point? Well, looking at these Gundam models, the fact that they're between 10 and 20, which is better price than a lot of the regular toys that are out right now, and the fact that you can put it together. Like if you're somebody that kind of needs to have something to do with your hands and you feel like you fiddle all the time, this probably be a great thing to pick up.
Yeah, and I do want to put this out there because I know a lot of people will want to know. Well, does are there more expensive figures? I want you to understand that the Gundam does have expensive ones. So you would actually have to put in, like I showed y'all in the search engine, that you want to do $20 and under. But they do have bigger models, and like 1 in 100, 1 in 60 scale, and they do get up in the 60s and 70s. But as you can see, let's look at this one here. I'll pull this one up, which I was like, okay, that's a lot of parts and a lot of stuff. So you got this one here with the wings, and it looks like a vampire, which I thought was interesting. But they have movable parts, the back. Here we go. This is how I was want to do it. Then you have the side, the model kit, and I was like, so there are more expensive, but when you get that, you're like, okay, it's kind of like Warhammer. The bigger you go, the more parts you're going to have. And for me being a Batman fan, that looks like a really cool Batman like figure right there for a Gundam in that size that he has. So they do get a little bit more on the more expensive side, but there is a lot of intricate parts. I think the one that we were looking at, which was called the Unicorn. Let me see if here it is. So here is the ones that have a lot of parts. And I'm gonna see if I can make it bigger. But here is, as you can see, that right there. I bet you that's going to have to be on the levels of being a kind of a master at putting together model kits, because that's a lot of intricate parts and pieces. But when you're looking at that, it's really for what you're looking at. You're not breaking the bank with it. Wow, let's just big old fuel tanks in the back of him, and then his weapon stash. So there's different ones. Well, and this is the Unicorn. This is the one that we saw that was at that plaza. And this is him all geared up. I mean, anything that's a robot with a friggin', it's kind of like Voltron. I like Voltron, but it's like anything that's a big robot that has friggin' size or a sword or a lightsaber. Sign me up. So, Harold, what would be for you if you were thinking about getting something other than just all types of robots? Is there anything that you've ever? I'm not even got anything pulled up to let y'all see. Why y'all say anything? Y'all should have said, "Hey, we don't
I
see
thought
any
you were looking
images."
for it.
Oh my word! Oh my goodness! Let me pull this one back up. All right, so this is the Unicorn one. Can y'all see it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here is a lot of the intricate parts to the model kit. So they do get bigger and more detailed. So for those out there that like to have something that's got a little bit more parts, this is one of them that's more on the higher end. This will be your $70 ones. I do like, there's this one I was talking about, which I'm talking about Batman, and y'all didn't even say anything. Y'all just didn't even look like I was talking to myself.
I
But he looks like
thought you were
Batman,
just
and
describing it and you were having trouble pulling it up on the screen. That's why I didn't say anything.
Because he's Batbot.
and then, I mean,
Death Sky
I like the
Helver.
what's that?
You. I was reading it. It says Death Sky Helver.
Ah,
This is EW.
arg, arg.
Arg.
I mean, this right here was the one I was like, hey, this reminds me of Batman. And he comes with a scythe, so you can like cut him down.
Death Sky.
But yeah, it's more intricate figures. It looks like that they have. So I mean, the model kits are more detailed in a lot of them. So if you're looking to get something that's not so simple as the $10 to $15 figures, and you're wanting to get something that's got like a little bit more um pieces to put together, it looks like they have that in spades. There was one, and I was seeing if I could find it. Okay, here's the one that we saw, that unicorn one that we saw in front of the store, that mall. So this is that figure here. So
Yep.
he is a $250 figure. This would never be in my
Wow.
price range. But so yeah, he is huge.
Mm.
And he looks pretty cool. But that is the one we saw, the unicorn. That's the back of him,
Mm-hmm.
the front. And I remember this, that piece in the middle right there, his head that you're seeing right there, that actually came together and it was like one point, but then when he got powered up, charged up, it would open up and split into the two. So I remember seeing this one when I was younger. So that's the full Psycho frame prototype Unicorn Gundam. And that's a cool thing too, and that they're different names or different Gundams throughout the years. So it's kind of like yeah, you got Optimus Prime and there's like 50 million different Optimus Primes. Well, Gundam's kind of the same way, except each one is from a different thing. And that's right here what I was talking about. As you can see, everything will close up
Mm-hmm.
and he's in his white unicorn mode. And then whenever you want it to power up, apparently that's how he'll end up looking like this. All those pieces will pull out, and that's where the red comes out. And I thought that was really cool
Wow.
that that's how they do it. So Gundam, which I didn't know this, is it's got so many different things. So yeah, so options on 0080 War in the Pocket. Oh, okay. So yeah, hey, as well, do you have the link to did you send him the
I
link?
thought I sent it. Let me check. Oh,
So
I did. I'll send it now. Hold on.
all right, because we have about we'll go a little bit longer then. Yeah, a little bit
I
longer.
thought I did, but I did not.
I'll probably take me off the stream since I gotta let this leg lay out. I'll do that. But definitely we're gonna probably come back um to the topic, but I thought it would be interesting to kind of show off different things from the lore, the different figures. Let me see here. Go. So overall, I thought it was pretty interesting. So overall, what do you think? I think that you can pretty much jump in at any season. I'm going to look up. I had to take myself off the screen because my leg is bothering me. So let me go here. Um, there it is. I'll let y'all talk for just a second. Hey, Will, how you
Oh,
doing?
hey. Sorry, I'm late. I'm so tired.
That's all right. We
I
figured
had
we'd
a
go a little bit longer since you're able to join
long,
us.
long day at work, but I'm here to talk about Gundam, I guess, because I'm the
Cool.
expert.
You are, and we figured we would come back to the topic since you were because I definitely like to pick your brain on it. Um, but share some information. I'm gonna let you kind of talk to us because Harold and Nikki don't know that much about it, and I figured you probably know a little bit more than I do.
So Gundam is basically kind of how do I describe Gundam to So Gundam's basically responsible for most sort of mecha kind of projects in general as of recent, because before Gundam there were a bunch of super robots, which were like giant robots piloted by, you know, maybe, I guess, you know, really angry hormonal teenagers. And then they had superpowers, and they were bright colors, and they flew around, and they saved the day from like monsters or demons or like aliens or like weird,
So they
I
were
don't know,
Power
super
Rangers.
Kaiju?
villains. Yeah, stuff like that. It's like Power Rangers, kind of like the Megazords were what super robots were. Or like
Okay.
Voltron was, or Mazinger Z, Getter Robo, Shogun Warriors, any of that stuff. And so that's what it was. And then Gundam came along. This guy named Yoshiyuki Tomino came along, and he made Gundam, and it was like nothing anybody had ever seen. He basically had the thought of, what if these giant robots were used in realistic warfare, and they worked like real machines, and there was no like superpowers, except for sometimes when there was new types and all that, which is like minor telepathy or something. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. And that's basically the premise of the original Gundam stuff. And like Yamantis Shrimp was talking about in the chat, asked about 0080 War in the Pocket. That's basically kind of a pretty good introduction to Gundam, I would say, because it's
Okay.
definitely the most realistic of the Gundam series. It's about like, it's just about like kind of realistic war combat and stuff, and it's really, oh, is it the entry grade RX
Yeah,
782?
it is. I think you
Oh,
got this for me.
it's
Um,
a surprisingly good figure for being $10. You know,
yeah,
it's probably better than the high grade, better than some master grades, I would say. Definitely more
I,
fun.
I, it's better than some Transformer figures I've
It's
gotten
better
in the
than most
past.
Transformer figures.
I was like, holy crap, dude, this was fun to put together.
I
And
love the entry grade.
I, I told Nikki, I said, we'll definitely be getting some more Gundam. And I ordered the original um, manga for Gundam. There
Uh
was
huh.
a hardcover.
Okay,
And
the Origin, is that the one you ordered?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that one's pretty good. That was made it's actually made later than the original, but it's still a pretty good starting point. It's pretty good. It's Gundam is interesting. It's like Transformers, where it has a bunch of different timelines and universes. Like, for
yep,
example, Transformers has like Transformers G1, but then there's also stuff like Transformers Animated, which is in a different universe.
yep,
But with
Armada.
Gundam, and Armada, stuff like that. But with Gundam, typically, if it's in an alternate universe, it doesn't share basically anything with any other universe. Like, completely new characters, new storylines. They don't repeat anything.
And that's what
Like,
I was telling. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because Gundam, when I grew up, and
mhm.
used to go to our local movie store and get the videos for it, is different than what Gundam is now.
Yeah, there's like a million different series, but and like a million different timelines. But like the core main um thing in the Gundam like universe is basically the Universal Century timeline, which is kind of the most popular, like most well known Gundam timeline. That's what the one you're holding is from.
Okay.
That's the it's the RX 782, which is the first kind of Gundam ever. People just call it the Granddaddy Gundam because it's
Okay.
the first one. And yeah, it's definitely probably the best place to start to get the best idea of what Gundam is. Just anything in the Universal Century timeline is really good. And I saw you talking about the unicorn earlier. That's
Yep.
Universal Century also. But yeah,
That's what I
Gundam.
just watched. I watched all those. I love them.
You watched Unicorn. I'm
Yeah.
surprised. Did you know anything was happening?
I did actually because I was like I recognized some of the things. I was like, well, it feels like it's a continuation, but it's definitely
Yeah,
different. So I went into the precepts of going, okay,
some stuff
Gundam
happened.
Gundam I watched younger is probably like the G1 to what I'm getting this continuation story, several years later.
This is
Um,
like if you started Star Wars with like Return of the Jedi.
yeah,
Or no,
that's
probably
how I
like
felt.
The Force Awakens or something
Force
because
Awakens, and then getting caught up with everything else beforehand.
yeah.
Because
But
I was
yeah,
like,
I really like Unicorn. Unicorn's actually really great. It's just I'm surprised you started with it. It's a pretty bad starting place.
well, I sat there and I was like, I was like, it looked more newer, and
Uh-huh.
I was like, I want something that's newer. And then I found the ones on Netflix, which that one when I started it, you're not having them in the Gundam suit here. Apparently, the one that's in the suit here is like the bad guy to them, and I was like, okay,
Oh,
that's
was that
the
you
revenge thing.
oh yeah, that's from the Xeon's point of view. So like there's two main factions, there's the Earth Federation and then there's the
Mhm.
Xeon it's just I think it's just Xeon, yeah. And then there's Xeon and basically it's kind of there's good people in Xeon and there's bad people in the Earth Federation and vice versa. But
Right.
generally, it's like good guys are Earth Federation, bad guys are Xeon, and I really like. I think I'm a bigger fan of the Xeon mobile suits because they're so weird. Like they're
I
such
did. Yeah, the
they're
Cyclops.
so freaking weird. Like with Transformers, you get an expectation of they'll have two legs, two arms, a head, and then they'll kind of run around or turn into a car or something. Okay, that's like your typical Decepticon. With Xeon, it's like sometimes one of them is like a frog, or like just one of them, is
I like that it's not. It's like the technology is a little bit dated. It's like they were having to piece
Xeon.
together their
Yeah,
pieces.
so in the lore, basically what happened is Xeon came out with the first ever mobile suit. Now, what a mobile suit
Okay.
is it's just mobile suits are just what the robots are called. So like not every mobile suit is a Gundam, but every Gundam is a mobile suit. Gundam
Okay.
a Gundam is like what you're holding. That's a Gundam. Like it specifically has to look like that to be considered a Gundam. Like
Okay.
if it's got like
So
a different head that doesn't look like that, or if it's like one of the Zaku's, which are like kind of the round little things that the bad guys pilot, that's not a Gundam. That's just a mobile suit. It's like
so
that's a
this is
Gundam.
Interesting.
this is a Gundam.
Yes, that's a Gundam. But like, um, let me see. Hold on, I'm shirtless. I need to turn on my camera, but I need to put a shirt on first. I'll show you some gunpla I have, some figures that I got.
Cool.
Let me see.
Because Nikki and I were talking about we've been looking to do different things for the show, and
Hmm.
one of the things that I saw was at $10 and under figures and something we're wanting to do for the show was like for reviews. And I was like, holy crap. So Nikki got this for me, and I was like, oh my god, that's like what I grew up with, is
That's
that's
yeah,
the way you look.
that's the entry grade. It's generally considered that's actually one of the best models, even to like people who've built everything. Even like veterans of the hobby are like, yeah, no, the entry grade Gundam is still one of the best Gundams ever made. Like, which is kind of interesting. It's just that good. You know what I mean?
It really is. I was very, 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 very surprised. And I like that it has a port that's in the back and between the legs, so if I want to put it on a stand where it looks
Yeah,
like he's flying.
it's
And it's
just
like
that good. I mean, it's just a great kit.
I told Nick, I was like, we got the, I guess, Aldi or Ollie, how you want to say
Aldi,
it.
Aldi, yeah.
Aldi, yeah. From the wave one, box one, and box two, and I think those are some of the best Transformer robots that's out. And then I was like, and Nikki likes the blockies or blokies,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, so that's why she was like, hey, here's a model kit one, see if you how you like this, is because I was looking for something else, because Hasbro in a way is pricing me out from being able to
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of their stuff, and so that was one of the reasons why I was going to talk about the show tonight. Is like, hey, is there something new that you could get into and like? And I was like, this guy here, when I put it together, I was like, I got to do a review after the show because I got to talk about how good this figure is, all the way around, playability, the fun with him too. I was like, and so, and then we found out tonight while we are doing the show that what it's like, what did you say it was 90%, Nikki?
Yep.
Uh
Japanese plastic models. I think it was accurate.
that's how many in sales deliver 90. So let me make your screen bigger since you're going to show off your.
Yeah, so I've got the entry grade too. I have the anime colors, so mine's slightly green. It's like mint, sort of. And I've
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
customized mine to have some black under it, so it looks more like the show. But you know, there's that. So this is a Gundam, but like if you had like this one, which is like, which has, it doesn't really look like a Gundam. This is not a Gundam, but this is a mobile suit. So yeah,
That looks cool.
this is the real grade Sazabi. So do you remember in um Unicorn, because I guess the only one you've watched at this point. You remember in Unicorn, the guy, he was like, he like wore red and he had like a kind of mask on. You remember that
Yes.
guy?
Yep.
So that guy is like an imposter, based on this guy named Shar Aznable. And
Okay.
this is Shar Aznable's suit, or one of them. This is one of his suits. So, yeah, this is a very good kit. It's probably one of my it is one of my favorites, definitely. I mean, it's pretty
That's
old. It's
good.
from, I think, well, maybe not that old. Maybe it's like 5 years old, but it's still really good. I love this kit so much. It's
That
got
is
so much,
beautiful.
and I mean, this one is so detailed. The real grades are crazy. Like, they've got thrusters all the way under here.
Oh wow.
Everything is color separated. This is about the price of, I guess, a Voyager now. I was gonna say a liter, but I guess now it's like the price of a Voyager and maybe like $5 more or something. But this is a really good,
But look at all the
really great
detail.
kit. Oh yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, with these, this is the real grade, so it's about in scale with what you have. This is about in scale, so it's huge, right?
Okay.
But this is about the correct scale. But it's so
Good.
much more complicated. This one has like, you build like the skeleton and then you put the armor on it.
Okay.
It's pretty crazy. And then I also have a, so that is a real grade, and this is also a real grade. This is the real grade RX-782. So this is the same mobile suit as the one you have. It's just this is a different grade. So there you go. That's like, this is like the pinnacle of engineering, and then this is the more simple one. But like, you can see they're the same suit. It's just this is a different grade.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, once you get into it, it's like you start appreciating things like, for example, like if you look at his leg, like if I bend his leg, it's like if I bend the knee, you can see
Oh
like
wow.
the thigh shifts down, this kind of splits open, all this stuff goes on, and it's pretty crazy. Like, just trying to get that on camera, how that
Yeah.
works. Yeah, like, all this stuff, and then this can actually do the thing where you split it in half, and then the little spaceship comes out.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
cool. And I did see some that would also transform. Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah. So that one does have the core fighter. The entry grade doesn't have the core fighter, but this one does. It's pretty cool.
That is cool. And I did see that some of the Gundams, like when we were looking at some of the model kits on Amazon, that some of them would actually transform into air vehicles or jets.
The
Look like.
Zeta. Yeah, the Zeta
Yeah.
transforms. This is the Master Grade Verka Zeta Gundam. This is the first ever transforming mobile suit.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do it because it takes forever. I will say, with Gundam, the transformation aspect is definitely not as polished as, like, say, Takara or Hasbro.
O-
They are
Okay.
definitely better at transformations, but this does transform. You don't have to take it apart or anything. It fully transforms into a plane. I mean, it's really great. This is one of the best ones that I have too. This is not in scale. This is master grade, so it's larger, but
Okay.
it is still such a great figure. I mean,
So would that be the 160?
this is 1/100. So
One 100. Okay.
this is 1/144th. This is 1/100, and then
Okay.
160. I don't actually have any perfect grades. I do have a
Okay.
special grade that I'll show you, and then this is my favorite one of all time. This is the High New Gundam Real Grade. So
Beautiful.
I love this one. This one has all these things which kind of plug in and make wings out of it, which is really cool. I like this one. This one has even more opening compartments than the one I showed you earlier.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that fell off. It's fine. Like let's see. I can you can open up the hatches on some of these like that. You know, it's pretty crazy. Like all the stuff you can do. Like that
That is
opens
pretty cool.
up. This pulls up. You know, that hatch opens and everything. That opens up. It's just pretty nuts. Like you can really see all the engineering that went into this. You know.
That is wow. That's a lot of detail. Because that's what I was looking at when we were looking at the unicorn. I saw where he powers up. That when he
Some of
powers
those can
down,
do that. Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, a few of those can. Some of them can't. I don't think. Yeah, the high grade can't do it. But I know that like the real grade can do it, the master grade can do it, and the perfect grade can do it. I would recommend the. I would definitely recommend the. What's it called? The real grade unicorn. That one's really great. Yeah. And then this is from the most recent Gundam show. And you could see that. I mean, some Gundams just look insane. Like this one, this is the G-Quux. I mean, just comparing it to one of the earlier Gundam designs, I mean, they've gone totally off the walls now. They've gone a bit insane, but you can still see some design elements there. And the
Oh yeah.
G-Quux fights this thing, which is gosh. So there's this giant behemoth. This is
Oh
a
wow.
mega scale, or what's it called? Mega scale? No, it's called mega size. Yeah, it's just mega size is what this one's called.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a custom mega size. It did have the same colors as this, but there is actually story precedent for it looking grayscale with red eyes. But like this one is, I think, 1/50th scale. So, but if you're, but for G-Quux, where this thing does show up, it's actually this is actually too small. This is not in scale. So,
Oh
but
really?
yeah, this is
Okay.
yeah. If this thing was in scale, it would probably be like the size of me. So, because I remember in the show, it picks up this thing like an action figure, like it picks it up like that. So, it'd probably be the size of
Dang.
like me. But yeah, there is story precedent to it looking like this. So I did customize this one. It is completely painted. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, and that's basically some of the Gundam stuff I've been doing, and I have some just not built, just on that shelf behind the computer over there. But yeah, Gundam. I've really been getting into Gundam lately, and Warhammer, and Godzilla, just all this stuff.
Yeah, and that was the thing is like when had talked about it, and I was like that. I have not been seen Gundam or done Gundam in years, and so I was like, but I was so surprised at how much was out there. Like there is a lot that's out there that I'm like, wow. And then it's been what, almost 50 years.
Yeah, the Gundam 1979 is when it started.
So yeah, so it's got a lot to kind of delve into, and I kind of like that, and that's like what Nikki and I were talking about here at the house is like I still would love Transformers, and that will never change. But at the same time, we've not gotten any new like movie
Innovation.
or yeah, anything. And I would love for Hasbro to do something on this level. The only thing new that we're getting is from the Energon universe, but unless you're a comic book person,
Mhm.
you don't have any new TV, new cartoon, no nothing. And it's kind of like it's kind of sad because there'd always been, something from Transformers being innovating something new. Um, but it's been really stagnant. And I know they've been doing stuff with the Age of the Proms, but at the same time, you know, raising the prices as soon as every 3 years now. I think someone on had came out and said that since 2015, Hasbro has been raising the prices like $5 to $10 every 3 years, whether it's
Yes.
the Voyagers or the Deluxe or the Masterpiece, and it's like um, I was hearing from a lot of people in the Transformer community talking about some of the guys saying, "Hey, Hasbro's priced me out.
Yeah.
I can't afford it." And then Nikki and I got the uh those Transformers. They don't transform, but they are dynamic, and we have a video coming out weekly for the next 12 weeks because it got it from Shozy Toys, and it was $60. That was including tax and shipping. And I was like, that means that these figures are about $10 a figure. And I'm
Mhm.
like, but yet Hasbro said, well, we're not going to release those in the U.S. You only get them from the Asian markets. And I'm like, well, that kind of screws out the guys in Canada, the guys in the UK, or the guys in the US, unless you're willing to order online from an overseas company. That kind of puts a damper on it. And
Yeah.
and so for us, we've been doing Warhammer and absolutely loving it. And then, I was like, well, for the show, I'm looking for something different and new and wanting to do $10 and under figures. And Nikki was like, "Hey, you like Gundam from when you were younger, and you love robots, and Hero loves robots, and Will's really into the whole Gundam." And I was like, "Hey, I wouldn't mind trying it." So we got this in to see how it was,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Holy crap! I have not had so much fun putting together model. Like I love putting together my Warhammer and then painting them, but putting something together that was under $10 and has all the articulation and its size is with um the Ollie or Ollie, or how you say it, Ollie toy line of the Transformers. I was like, this will look great sitting next to them. And
Yeah, I
so
mean, Gundam is just pretty great. I mean, it's like pretty niche. It's like a niche within a niche of like building these tiny little anime robots out of plastic. It's already pretty niche, but once you get into it, it really is just a lot of fun. I mean, and it's pretty
Excuse
cheap.
me.
It's
Oh,
all
you're
good.
good.
Sorry.
And then it's okay. And then it's a lot. It can be expensive, but it doesn't have to be. You can just choose which ones you want to get. You know, every now and then maybe splurge on a real grade or a master grade or something. But like a lot of stuff, the high grades, which is probably most of what you're going to be buying, it's like usually $20, and it's like most Gundams are like the same size. So with like Transformers, you got one that's this size, this size, this size, Deluxe, Voyager, Elite, or whatever. With Gundams, most of it is like they're kind of a similar size. So in a way, you're still like spending less, I guess, to build a sort of collection. I mean, there are
Yeah.
obviously exceptions, like that Sazabi, the red guy, who's huge, but he's still in scale. Like, obviously, he's going to be more expensive than, the one you have. But like, still, I mean, it still holds true that a lot of the time you're just going to be spending $20 or around that, for a
And
Gundam kit. And it's so
yeah,
much
and
more than like a Games Workshop mini. Like I'm getting into Warhammer now, and I'm like, wow, this thing is like $30, and it's like 6 pieces, and it's like, you know what I mean?
yeah, unless you get the more like I said, the more expensive one, then it gets into the more intricate parts. But yeah, it's like, and that's the thing too, is that one thing that um like Nikki pointed out, she's like, you get it in robot form, you don't transform it back into vehicle form ever.
But they're not. Yeah,
Um,
and these aren't supposed to, so it's fine.
exactly,
You know,
and
well,
exact,
unless you're
and
like some of them do, but most of them don't.
but then you get as like I was looking at third party, but I was like, again with budget, I'm like, I can buy like three of the $20 figures of Gundam,
Hmm.
or I can buy one Hasbro figure or one third party figure, and I'm like, cost wise, and you're going to have more time where you're messing with this, and it becomes like with Warhammer, it becomes more personal because you've done all the work yourself putting it together, so it becomes more personal that you have
Hmm.
it, and that's how this feels. It's like you have more um hey buddy, more time into it. Come here. More time in it, and because you
This
actually put it
creature,
together.
this
Yeah.
creature from the depths. But yeah, with Gundam, you definitely grow an appreciation for the way that these action figures are kind of created, because you look into it and it's like, wow, I mean, they really do think of everything to put into this thing, especially the real grades. I think the real grade is my favorite grade. Oh, I was going to show you. I have the wings on the new Gundam, my favorite one now. There you go. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Oh, those are
And then,
nice. I
Oh
like
no,
that.
that's cool.
but yeah, and also in the canon, these things like come off, and then they turn into little they turn into little cannons, and they fly around like this. So they like
Oh
fly
my
around and
goodness.
shoot lasers. But yeah,
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
you just stick it on like that. I mean, there's no stickers on this thing. All of this is like different pieces of plastic. There's no stickers on this one. This
Yeah,
one's
that's what I know.
entirely. Some of them have stickers. Like this one has quite a few stickers. This one is like that's a sticker. Like that, these red bits here are stickers. These yellow bits here are stickers. These red bits on the back are stickers. But like a lot of times they're pretty good with stickers. Like for this one, obviously these little labels, like the writing is stickers, but everything else isn't stickers on that. There's no stickers on this one except for that's the only sticker on this one, you know. But like, yeah, I mean,
That's pretty
there's
cool.
just so much, there's just so much with Gundam, like so much you can appreciate about them, you know.
Well, we will definitely have to come back to this topic because I definitely like for us to do a thing talking about different pieces of the lore.
I'll text
So,
Nikki some homework so you
okay.
can watch some stuff. Maybe get a couple cheap kits to build next. You know,
That'd be
but
good.
yeah,
That would actually be
yeah.
really
I'll,
good.
I'll text Nikki right after this and give you guys homework.
Very cool.
Hooray!
Hey, it'll get me where I'm. It's not like I can go anywhere. I am
Yeah,
stuck
that's
at the
true.
house for a little bit. But yeah, with that, I thank you so much jumping on and sharing more of that, showing your figures. Those things look
Yeah,
awesome, and to see it in your hand, now it gets where I'm like what we were looking at, because you can look online, but till you actually see it, like almost like someone actually has it in hand and talks about it, that's different. And
yeah.
so, absolutely. Well, with that, guys, is there anything that you have new that's coming up this week or before the next show?
All I have is the men's retreat for my church, and that's about it.
It's
Okay,
pretty cool.
it is.
Mm.
It is very cool. Are y'all going somewhere special?
Going to Fort Casual.
Where's that?
Oh, that's on the
It's essentially Oak Island, Southport area near Wilmington. It's like half an hour out of
yeah.
below Wilmington
Nikki's
in North
parents'
Carolina.
beach house
Oh,
is
okay.
right near there.
Oh, okay.
And my
You
cousin
have a
works.
beach house? Crazy.
Do what, Will?
I said you have a beach house. That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, if it works out, we're going to try and get it later, and maybe invite everybody that's part of the podcast to be to come down to the beach house and hang out.
Cool.
that would be kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're trying to work that out. That's going to be not this month, next month, but maybe before New Year, a little bit after New Year's. So things look. Isn't that what you're saying, Nikki?
No, I'm looking for end of October.
No, that's for us when we're going down.
Oh, for all of us?
Yeah.
Probably more New Year's, maybe Christmas.
All right.
Between those
So
two
yeah,
things.
it won't be during the holiday part of it, but it's around that time. So yeah.
That'd be cool.
And but we don't have anything other than I have to stay off my leg and take it easy. And Nikki's got to finish working on the book, and I finally got things hopefully squared out with my Fortnite, so I can be back on Fortnite without having any of the problems I was having. So I'm pretty happy with that. Nikki worked all that, got that worked out for me.
I
I'll
got
share
that
y'all.
new skin.
Oh, did you?
Yes, the
Did you?
butcher. I got the
Nice.
butcher.
Very, very nice.
Oh,
I
the pig butcher.
Yes.
the pig butcher. I got Scooby Doo and Shaggy because I love Scooby Doo and Shaggy,
Mm.
and
I
then I
saw that. I'm
got
like, oh
Scream.
man.
Yeah, I got Scream. I got Ghostface.
Mhm.
So I'm waiting
And
for Mike. I got Michael Myers. I got Ghostface. Now I'm waiting, and I also got Leatherface. So whenever Jason Voorhees comes out, or at some point, hopefully, if they ever come out with Freddy, I can have all those 80 horror, 90 horror.
They got to do
those
Freddy
stuff.
at some point, right?
they got
I
to.
hope so.
Have
feel
they
like-
done it before?
No.
No,
No.
never.
It
Never.
feels like they
Weird.
should. I agree.
I mean, I was surprised. It's like that guy, the one that has the white face with the horns. I cannot remember the movie's name.
The black phone.
The Black Phone.
The
Yeah.
black phone. Yeah. They're gonna
Look
have
at
his
him.
skin.
Who cares?
I was like, why?
Bad
I mean,
movie. I'm sorry. Bad movie.
Yeah.
Don't
I
like
still
that.
haven't seen it, so
So
I mean,
boring. Don't worry about
you're
it.
not
I
missing
don't know
anything.
why I don't remember it.
That is because it
Don't
wasn't
worry
that
about
good.
it.
The
I
other
forgot
one that
about it too until Fortnite reminded me that it existed.
I know, right? And then you do have Tara the clown. He's gonna have
Art
his
the Clown
skin.
from Terrifier.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, they got
So
him.
I'll definitely be wanting to get him. So yeah,
I've
I gotta
you know
have all my horror
I
characters.
will say this: you realize that you, without a shadow of a doubt, have issues when you start thinking of parodies to
Oh no,
songs that are like horror themed.
yes,
You remember a song from 50 Cent called "Welcome to the Candy Shop"?
yes.
Now, picture that. I start singing in my head just randomly when I'm in the middle of Fortnite. Welcome to the butcher shop. I'm gonna give you a great big chop.
Oh my God, that's funny.
It's like,
That's pretty
yeah, I
funny.
definitely have some psychological screws loose.
Have you tried do you get the phone yet from the Scream movie? Have you tried that yet?
Oh yeah, I did today when I
Pretty
could get back on Fortnite. Oh yeah. Oh, and here's the thing: I bought the skin, Ghostface. So I was like, why is everybody standing off from me? Why are they not like coming up? Because and then I was like, oh, you get to the phone booth, you get this that, and they're thinking you've got this. You kill
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, I put some clips up from today of what I did when I was killing people as Ghostface.
Mhm.
What's your favorite scary
Derek
movie?
spoiled me. He bought me the little Halloween bear, the one that's like cuddle team leader, but she's in like Halloween stripes.
Oh,
And he
cool.
bought me all three of the K-pop Demon Hunter girls.
I still
And
have
he
not
bought
seen
me,
it.
Oh, you need
you know, we
to.
had
Oh,
to
That's
you
watch
need
good.
it.
to.
It was
Uh,
so
Oh, it's
good.
good.
It was
I
everybody
so
loved it.
good.
everybody's telling me to. It doesn't seem like my thing, but everybody's begging me to
You
watch.
Yeah,
I mean, it may not be your thing, but you kind of have to, you're going to have to kind of
I
watch
I
it.
didn't think it was my thing, and
Okay.
I'm a redneck country boy, so I didn't think, and
I
I
loved
loved
it.
it. I loved it. I was like, okay, we gotta watch it again.
All right, I'll watch it.
It was really good. The story was good. The music with it was good. It was like wow.
My
Now here's
boyfriend
I
won't
going
shut up about it. My friends on Fortnite won't shut up about it. Now you guys like it. I thought
I liked it.
everybody likes it.
yeah. I'll tell you something that I
Everyone on
learned
the
about.
planet has seen this movie except for me.
I'll tell you something that's funny. Sony actually made the movie.
Yeah, I think it
And
was yeah.
yeah, and they did not know Sony Animation and Sony, they didn't know how to market it and how to put it out into theaters and market it. So
So
they
they
sold it
didn't,
to Net
and then
yeah, and
people just liked it.
they sold it to Netflix. Pennies on the dollar.
Uh,
And they were
mistake, I
going to
guess.
take and it's the biggest thing. It's the fastest Fortnite has ever done a collab ever.
Yeah, I think it
So it's
was because this
and
wasn't
it broke
planned. They just kind
yeah,
of, dropped
it
it. Like they were like, "We need to make this now." I guess.
yeah. And the thing too is that it's broke all records for streaming.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, I can see. And I was like, and Epic has talked about how much money they have made off of selling the skins and doing this collab and doing this stuff. It's one of their better collabs that they've done uh monetarily wise. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Hmm.
So, yeah, you got to watch it. It's good. So with that, if anybody out there has not watched K-pop Demon Hunters, go out there, get your Netflix, cut it on right now, stream it. It's great. With that, thank y'all so much for being part of the show. We will be coming back to Gundam in a future video and live stream, and I'm going to do where y'all get to learn because we do have some guests that will be scheduled to come up, and so I'm going to do a thing where y'all can interview me, you three, and so y'all get familiar with how to ask questions, what to ask, what to do, stuff like that. So we'll go that route, and then hopefully I'll be able to talk to Harold and doing a walkthrough of all his robots and do a video on that and show those things off.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Roboto. All right, with that, guys, thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all on the next one every Monday at 8:30 is the game plan. So see you then. Bye.